Greetings out there in YouTube land from the planet Earth. I was just talking in a video call with a sister in Christ, a really richly blessed one, right? A real sweetheart. And she asked me a question that she couldn't get a result, so she did a search, and it apparently didn't come up for her. When was the Feast of Tabernacles? That's an extremely important feast of God. That's number one feast of God. Don't let anybody else lie to you. That's for men. The other ones are more important. The most important one to God is the Feast of Tabernacles. If you're reading what I got in front of you, you can see why, right? If you look it up yourself, right? You got it in there. They have to go there to keep the Feast of Tabernacles, right? And they said to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. Come on, right? Think about it. And then to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. How many times you got to say it? And what else? Or else. No rain the first year, and then if you don't go a second year, there'll be plague on you, and they will smite the heathen and kill the person for not showing up the second time, because they will know that God and Jesus are real. They won't be guessing and posing like right now. When he comes down and he wins that battle, the things are going to be real harsh. People are going to be getting killed from every country that sent them as well, right? So every nation in the earth that sent people there is going to lose people right there back in the nation. Because God doesn't think it's fair that only the soldiers are the ones that die, while the people that sent them back home sit back on their asses. That's fact. God's all about fair, right? Fair balances, right? You send troops, you're going to lose people at home too. When he does them, it's fact of life, right? God's all about fair. You ought to know that. He turned over the money lenders' tables and that. They're charging 15% interest. He thought that was highway robbery. You're getting charged more than that every day. Most of you don't even know it. They don't even think about it. You get charged more than that, and that pissed Jesus off. He got a whip, and he was whipping these people. And some of them think they're righteous with God. No, man. God says he looks down, there's not a righteous person on the planet. I have people trying to tell me the time of day. Like, oh, yeah, I'm crazy. All these other ones are more important. To who? Men or God? The dogmas and doctrines of men, eyes wide shut. It's written right here, plain and see. My sister asked me a question. So I just went, boom, just like that. For me, it was easy. I didn't even see. The Feast of Tabernacles begins September 23rd, which is the day I was telling people that the Revelation 12 came out on the 23rd. All these people trying to give you these other dates. I was saying the 23rd. And look it, I'm correct. The 23rd to the 27th. Okay? 7 days, right? A week. Now, what happened after Jesus' birth? On the 8th day after he was born, he got circumcised. That was their custom at the time. You don't need to be circumcised right now. It's a circumcision of the heart. You don't need to be physically. Many are still doing it for whatever supposed reasons they do. I was never circumcised. My dad was never circumcised. They're lying for as far back as I know. I've never been circumcised. What my dad told me. And it goes all the way back to the people that met Paul when he was walking around, right? And he brought in Luke and Timothy. Who else knows who was there? But I know Paul was there. I didn't learn much till later on after my dad died, right? That my stepmother told me, right? But the thing is, it made sense, and that's why I was saying Sunday, September 23rd, because that's what the beginning of it was. And you remember in the Bible how he tells you the hand came up. Either way, I don't care. The 23rd is when it first appeared out, and that was what it is for me. And right here, the Feast of Tabernacles begins on the 23rd, so I was right. Okay, he was conceived in December, yes, right? I got at the hospital December 24th, 2015. That was when he was conceived, right? So you got to remember, when Mary came in there, John was in his mother's belly he was like 6 months along, right? And he was leaping for joy. And there's only a certain period when her hubby would have been at home and he wasn't at the temple to conceive John, right? And it's a little simple arithmetic, right? They had turns. There were 24 of those events, right? So that he was there twice a year for certain events that he had to be at. And, they took turns. But then they had this certain other festivals that they had to be attended as well. It was mandatory for all of them, right? And when you look at that, it comes down to the date come down that Jesus was born in September. And then we got the Revelations 12 side and giving birth in September. He's being reborn in the heavens, being caught up to his throne with an iron rod to rule the nations. I mean, do the math, right? The daily fireballs and near misses that are there. Oh yeah, well, do the math. Revelation 12, it's all coming down. Satan being cast down soon. Revelation 12, do the math. Third temple's going to be going up soon. Do the math. It's all prefab, right? It's already made. Waiting to put up in a matter of days, okay? The inside, they got everything they need for it anyway. All the gold, they need everything. That don't matter. You're not getting inside. Do the math. They can take all the time they need to get it done inside. You'll never go in there. You'll be just walking around outside. And those with can do a little calculation, understand that it usually refers to that in months. And I've been hearing a lot today that refers to the lunar calendar, okay, where one moon is considered a month. But in the lunar calendar, there are 13 moons in a year, and instead of the traditional calendar, which you use 12 months, right? They got 13. It's not that much of a difference, but it's enough, just a little head start that Satan needs to get up there and fool people. You know, that they're expecting him at a later date, thinking it's 1,260 days when it's referring to a different frame of reference of time, right? It's a little bit shorter. You can do it. It's not that much of a difference, but you know, I guess it will be for Satan. He'd enjoy it, right? He's coming down. He's got his minions working hard. All these people telling you what holidays are more important and all this, but when God says it right here, right? 1, 2, 3 times with an or else or death. The second time will smite the heathen. You do the math, okay? They don't know anything at all. Eyes wide shut by choice. The dogmas and doctors of men, they don't look to themselves or they're too lazy to read. Why do you think God is so angry? There's a sister asking me for a date. That's somebody who's looking, searching, and she's richly blessed already. She's searching, she's still searching, and she's growing more excited with zeal. And she's going to start laying hands. Praise the Lord. I sent her some videos. Some guys down the street from me, and then one guy from Denmark, I think, believes he's in Montreal right now, right? The last Reformation guy, right? Yeah, he's out there doing it too. People are doing it all over the world every day, and people are getting healed every day. Think about that. Lost sheep are being led to Jesus every day. Right? It's no joke. And this is the most important holiday to God, because He said, "Better be either or else." When He comes after them, there is no guessing. They know He is. But it doesn't mean that they are going to bow and do everything He wants, because He gave them free will still. If they don't want to come, well, it comes with a price. No rain first year. Now, how are you going to live without that? That's your problem. You know, bonded yourself out in servitude to somebody else, or whatever deals you make with your neighbor, you get water for anything. You know, I mean, who knows what you're going to need it for? I don't know if you crops or whatever. I mean, you're going to need it. Trust me. What are you going to eat? Right? Think about it. God might help you out in the beginning until crops start to grow or something, but then you're going to be on your own. And that rain is really, really important. So you don't say, I don't feel like going this year. Well, guess what? No rain for an entire year. You know, if you're lucky enough to have some animals, and that's the keyword if, right? Boom. What are they going to drink, right? You're gonna have to give it to your neighbor. Here, take care of my animals. You got no crops. You got no nothing. You watch it rain on your neighbor's property. You try to run over there with a bucket. You ain't going to get any. This is the way it is, right? Because when God says no, He means no. You're going to disrespect Him, but see, they get free will still then, right? It tells you men will seek death but shall not find it, right? We all change, yes. Some of us go into the spiritual body, but doesn't mean everybody does. People forget that men will seek death but shall not find it part. You can be alive here and living longer until God says it's time to go, right? Do the math. You're going to be hungry, you're going to be thirsty, but you won't die. You'll feel the hunger, you'll feel the thirst. But just like the rich man was screaming for a drop of water on his tongue. And who knows how long he's still screaming. We're not in front of the judgment seat yet. Pretty much, and there's only a little bit of time left, though. Then he's got the whole 1,000 years to wait as well, right? Screaming for a lousy drop of water in his tongue. Not a good idea. And then he's going to smite them. So then if in hell, oh man, after disrespecting God, yeah. Because you don't know and too lazy to read what's right in front of their nose. Because their eyes are wide shut. Because everybody knows better than God what He's got in His own written word. Because they heard it in some chat room and they didn't bother to look for themselves. And they wonder why God's angry. Because they can't even figure out if God wants you hot or cold. And they can't even make a choice. Because they got to put in both worlds. And that's why God is angry. Everybody's telling people like me, they know better than every other holiday there. And it's right there. But they don't even want to read it. They have to claim to know the Bible. Think about it. And crack open the Bible today and find out what you don't know and you've been missing. A great relationship with God who will love you and to show you all manner of wonders beyond your imagination, just because you bothered to take the time to have a little chat with your own Father up in heaven. Bye-bye.